If you had asked me about self-love a year and a half ago, I would have told you it's bullshit. I would have told you self-love is a lie. I had no concept, no grasp of what self-love looked like. I didn't even know how to do it. To me, it was something foreign, something that made no sense. My whole life in my head was dedicated to talking poorly about myself, talking shit about myself, thinking I'm unworthy, thinking I'm not deserving. And I think that's true for a lot of people. And I wonder if that's true for you. I wonder how you talk to yourself. I wonder what you say to yourself when you do something bad or get something wrong or fail at something. What's that internal voice say to you? That this is what always happens? That it was never going to work out anyways? Who are you to even try? You're a piece of shit. You're going to fail next time anyways. That goes through a lot of people's heads. Went through my head all the time. I started becoming open to the idea of talking kindly to myself after years and years and years of not even knowing how that was true. I came open, or how to do it, but I became open to it. I didn't know how it was going to be done, but somehow I just got tired. So tired of talking shit to myself all the time. I mean, my head was a terrible place to be in. Always, the things that went on in there were not healthy. And I finally just said to myself, I don't want to live like this. How are people so happy? How are they doing this? What is going on? What am I doing wrong? Why can't I be happy? And once that happened, I became open to the possibility of hearing how you do talk nicely to yourself. And I started hearing people talking about treating yourself like you would treat the person you love the most. Talking to yourself when something went not the way you wanted it to do, or if you made a mistake, or if you did something that you regret, that instead of beating yourself down to the point of oblivion, why not build yourself up? Why not tell yourself you'll do better next time? Why not say, we all make mistakes. You'll get it next time. Be kind to yourself if you mess up. And be like, you did your best. And that's foreign to a lot of people. It's foreign to me. I didn't feel like I even deserved or I was worthy of talking to myself kindly. And then I started doing it. And I started being kind to myself. And it's interesting because when it first started happening, I went all in. It actually was freaking crazy, dude. Like, it was crazy. I really changed so much for me. I woke up in the morning happier. I looked at myself in the mirror with respect. I gave myself grace and kindness. And I started attracting some amazing things. And I started having confidence and more patience and more love for other people and the people around me, and more understanding that everyone's just humans trying their best. If they weren't trying their best, they would have done something different. I know you've heard that saying before. And I don't know, you have. But yeah, it's a trip. And then, I kind of got in this cycle of getting back into the old patterns, and it's not something where all of a sudden I was cured. I'm God's gift to myself and I'm amazing, and swept myself off my feet and did all this crazy stuff. And now I'm cured and I'm healed and I think I'm the most amazing person on the planet. That's not how it worked for me at all. If anything, I actually regressed and went back into the self-loathing and the self-sabotage and the feeling, with no self-worth and not deserving. I actually went right back into it, and I slipped back into it for a while. And then I just realized again, pretty recently, that I was doing the same shit I was doing before. Now, granted, it wasn't as bad as it was before, but I was doing it. I was back in that mode of let's take a shit on Cody. Well, that's a good view for you to think about. But let's just like tear Cody down. Let's not build him up. And I realized I was doing it again, and it was impacting me, and it was impacting the people around me because I wasn't liking myself again. And it's a lot harder to be kind and to go into this world with an open heart if you're not loving yourself. You want to close up and you get irritated because you're not happy. So I started realizing that I don't have to do this again. I don't have to get back into this. It took a while, but I don't have to do this. I can change it. Things that are making me upset, I can let them go. I don't have to hold on to them. And when I have that peace and that serenity of letting it go instead of reacting, oh man, that does so much for me. So what does self-love look like for you? Is it something that's even a possibility for you? Is it something that you're already doing, which is bravo to that, pat on the back if you're already on it, because that is the key to, I believe, the key to living a happy life is finding a way to love yourself. So where are you at in this process? Are you open to it? If you're open to it, explore more ways. Find people who are talking about self-love. Find people who are preaching the self-love gospel, and learn from them. Do affirmations, do journaling, do things for you. Take time for yourself. Show not just self-love in your head, but do it in your actions and in what you're doing with your day. If it's how you eat, if it's how you're sleeping at night, if it's allowing yourself to have a little time in the morning to have a morning routine or an after routine or an evening routine, whatever that looks like for you, start exploring ways that it shows yourself a little bit of love. I mean, it sounds crazy because I just didn't even think it mattered, but it's honestly, I can't think of anything more important. I mean, for me, it all started from there. And I think that's true for a lot of people, that we live our lives just hating on ourselves. And we get stuck in this terrible place to live inside of our heads and in our actions, and how we live through this world of just experiencing, chaos and darkness. And, and it's, to some people, it's hard, man. Like I have addiction as my story, and it led me down a really dark path. And, a lot of other people have, childhood trauma, sexual abuse, systemic racism, domestic violence. I mean, you name it, right? And a lot of that takes away our self-worth. It makes us feel worthless. It makes us angry. It makes us think that things are our fault. And that's not true. It's not true. Through all those dark times and through all those tribulations, you can show yourself some love. It'll make those times easier for you. Instead of having all of that chaos and all of those terrible things happen to you, and then on top of it, you're doing it to yourself, push back with love. Tell yourself you didn't deserve that. It's not your fault. You're a beautiful person. You're a human. You're breathing. You were loved, even if it doesn't feel like it. Try to give yourself some little steps, little things. Maybe a few affirmations. I know a lot of people have heard about those things, but they work. Write down a few things. Just find anything about yourself that you do like and start there. That's what I did. I started off with, I'm funny. I was like, okay, I'm going to say I'm funny. I think I'm funny. So I'm going to say I'm funny. I can do that. I found something. Then I started branching out, and I started thinking about it. I started not being such a jerk to myself, and I opened myself up to actually say nice things about myself instead of it. And it always felt like I was bragging or something. I didn't want to be a bragger. I was humble. I'm not going to talk nicely about myself. Who am I to talk nicely about myself? But it's not like that. It's not like that. It's about treating yourself with compassion and giving yourself props for the things that are great about you and that are beautiful about you. Well, everything's beautiful about you, but give yourself some grace, give yourself some self-love. It can change everything for you. There's so many people who can help you on this path. My videos are definitely here and always hoping to help people and to receive the message and to find self-love or remove limiting beliefs. But there's also a lot of other people out there who can help you out too. Hit me up if you want to know some other ones. But in the meantime, I can't stress enough to you how important self-love is, self-care. I want to buy a freaking airplane and fly a banner that self-love is the key to your happiness. Just love yourself, find ways to do it. And if you're not open to it yet, at least let the seed plant inside your head, because that's what happened to me. It was planted. I wasn't ready. But then when I was ready, I hope everyone has an amazing Sunday. Love yourself today. Be a little kinder to yourself today and tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And keep getting at it, keep going at it, keep practicing. And if you think this video can help anybody, please share it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all next Sunday. Peace out.